Dr. Craig, I've noticed that some of these questions that have come in kind of ask the same thing. I'm holding several in my hand here that ask, well, how do we know that this is the only universe, that there weren't other universes prior to this one? Is such an assumption justified? Are we in any kind of epistemic position to know or justifiably believe that there is no other material or temporal object that exists outside our universe?
Mm-hmm. This is a much discussed question in the field of cosmology. There are theories called multiverse theories, which would suggest that our universe is just a tiny fraction of a much wider space-time reality. And the arguments that I give in the Kalam Cosmological argument for the second premise that the universe began to exist is fully in conversation with these sorts of theories. On the one hand, there are the philosophical arguments against the possibility of an infinite regress. And those philosophical arguments, being metaphysical in nature, are not limited to this universe. It would apply to any wider sort of reality that this universe might be encompassed by, and would show that there cannot be an infinite regress of events, that you have to get back to an absolutely first cause, an uncaused cause of the universe. So the philosophical arguments are not in any way affected by the speculation that there might be a multiverse of which our universe is a part. Now, to address the question on a purely scientific level, the difficulty here is not only that there's no evidence for the existence of such wider parallel universes or encompassing mother universes, but rather that we have good reasons to think that such a multiverse does not exist, or at least cannot be extended into the infinite past. And I'm referring here to the 2003 theorem that was developed by Arvind Borde, Alexander Vilenkin, and Alan Guth. The Borde-Guth-Vilenkin theorem proves that any universe which is in a state of cosmic expansion, on average throughout its history, cannot be extended infinitely into the past, but must have a past absolute beginning. And their theorem applies to the multiverse as well. So that even if there is a multiverse, of which our universe is a tiny part, it cannot be extended to the infinite past, but must have a beginning. And in our most recent work, published, for example, in the Blackwell Companion to Natural Theology, Jim Sinclair and I go into this in some detail, looking at current speculations trying to avoid the Borde-Guth-Vilenkin theorem and whether or not these are plausible. And the fact is that there just is no scientifically credible or tenable model that can be extended into the infinite past. Any tenable model has a beginning to its existence, including these multiverse scenarios. So I think that insofar as you go with mainstream science, we're very justified, even just scientifically, not to speak of philosophically, in saying that the universe began to exist.